anything you want today, I promise. Pronounce it any way you want to pronounce it.
We are joined with North Crowley High School head coach Tommy Brackle. Coach, could you introduce your student athletes?
So we've got Alex Barker, who's a senior right here. We've got Isaac Hayes, a junior, and Trey Hall on the far end, senior for us.
And Coach, your opening thoughts on winning the state championship?
Just a lot of thoughts. We've worked so hard this year. These guys have just put in an incredible amount of time, but it hasn't just been about that. It's been about them sacrificing the individual for the good of the team. And as a coach, you say that all the time. You talk to them about being a team and not worry about the individual stuff. And, then you got a chance to do something special. It doesn't always work out that way. And I'm just so happy for these guys. They bought in, they believed, and it worked out for them. It's the most gratifying feeling you can have.
Questions? I think that there's a mic over there. We'll start with Charles.
Coach, you're representing not only your school, but the city of Fort Worth, and the city hasn't had a moment like this in quite some time. What does it mean to finally give them that state title?
Well, I grew up in the city, right? I'm a Crowley High School graduate of 1988, and then I came back, and my first job was at Crowley High School, coached 4 years there as a sub-varsity coach, and then all 28 years that North Crowley has been open. So to say that it means a lot to me to be able to bring this back for the community, that's an understatement. But it wasn't even about that. It was about these guys again, and them making all of the sacrifices that we asked them to make this year. Us coming together as a team and winning the state championship.
Coach, over here.
Yes, sir.
Early in the game, early in the first quarter, you told your team we're playing early, and I believe that was an indication we're getting up on them defensively. Just talk about the defensive game plan and what your team did defensively to really shake up Brennan and their offensive, just all general.
They're gonna get mad at me on this, but we can count on one hand the number of times we've defended really, really well this year. We've been a great offensive team all year long. We've got out, we've ran the floor, we put a ton of points on the board, but when they needed to, they really defended. When we were talking to them about defending early, Brennan is so good with their high-low stuff, and we didn't want them to catch it and be comfortable. We wanted their guards to be uncomfortable. One of their bigs in the high post to be uncomfortable. We wanted to defend early, not just early in the game, but early in every possession.
Also, talk about the sacrifices, just mentioned the sacrifice the team made. Just talk about more the sacrifice the team made, was it, the selfishness, just more about the unselfishness.
So many of these guys sitting right here, and probably 2 or 3 more that are, in the locker room right now celebrating. They could go to most schools and be the best player on their team, be the leading scorer on their team, get the most minutes on their team. So when you start talking about sacrificing individual accolades, okay, whatever those are, for the good of the team, that's what all these guys did. Thank you.
Hey Coach, congrats to you and your team. Football won state last school year, now you all won state. Just what's going on in Crowley ISD?
There's a lot of great things going on in Crowley ISD. Most people don't know because it's not very common with a basketball coach, but I'm also the athletic coordinator, and I couldn't be more proud of our athletic department and all of the successes we've had. Our girls basketball program all the way to the regional finals this year. Football team winning it last year and deep in again this year in the playoffs, and then these guys letting it all come together and getting the second one for our basketball program.
Alex, your play really stood out in the first quarter. Talk me through what you tried to do there, and how does it feel to win a state title?
I was just focused on, taking what comes to me, whether that's making the right play to my teammate, getting an open look, knocking it down. Whatever the right play was, just taking that and, making the best of it.
Coach Brackle, I'm here, Gossett. Congrats today and congrats on your recognition yesterday. You've had some great teams and you've been so close to the Final Four, the state championship. What's a few things that kind of stand out and got this group over the hump?
Now, again, this was a really, really good offensive team all year long, and they showed tonight they have the ability to defend when we need to. Another thing is we played a national schedule. Okay, so between playing a national schedule and being ranked in the top 5 in the state the entire year, we had a target on our back. We were everybody's biggest game. So it wasn't game, 35-3, it wasn't game 38 that was the biggest game. It was almost every one of them all year long. So we were always facing everybody's best, night in and night out.
Can you talk about the trust you put into Isaac, the way he plays, kind of not like the normal player, but he makes some amazing plays, off-balance shots, no look assists, just you kind of let him kind of run the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a phenomenal playmaker, and he can make plays for himself. He can make plays for his teammates. He can just do so many things to help your team be successful.
Isaac, you seemed kind of shocked when your name was called up to win MVP. Talk me through what you felt during that moment. How does it feel to win a state title, and what were you focusing on today?
Like I said earlier this week, I was just focused on winning the game. That's why I was really shocked when I won MVP, because I wasn't even focused on that. I was just focused on winning the game. And winning state, that just means everything else.
Coach, you gotta be always thinking these big games here, turnovers are generally the ones that are key to winning this game. You only had 6 here tonight, man. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, and that's part of being a good offensive basketball team is all year long this team is bought into protecting the ball. And as we went along, when I've talked about, not being selfish basketball players and playing for the good of the team, one of those very things is taking care of the basketball, and good shot selection on the offensive end. And when we're doing those two things, we're really, really good.
Next question.
Trey, what does it mean to deliver a state title not only to your school but to your community?
It means everything. We came a long way, because at the start we wasn't a team. So we came together and we got the job done.
For either Isaac or Trey, does the heartbreak of last season, does that make this moment a little bit more special, or is that something you just gotta go through?
Yeah, losing to Allen last year, for the guys that was there, we was right there to win that game, and we felt like we won that game last year. We won state, so that just motivated us every day in practice.
As for players or coach, you guys became the 6th DFW team to win in state this weekend. Just what is it about the Dallas-Fort Worth area that is so dominant with hoops?
I mean, it's some of the best basketball, not just in the state, in the country. Like I said, we played a national schedule this year. We traveled all over the country, played games. Brennan did as well. Dallas-Fort Worth basketball, and I think these guys know it because, they're right in the middle of it. It's some of the best basketball in the country.
Tommy, you joined a pretty exclusive list of forward coaches to win multiple state titles. Another coach on that list is Robert Hughes. What does it mean to be mentioned in that conversation? What kind of influence did he have in your career?
Don't do it. You can't mention me in the same breath as Robert Hughes. He's the greatest. I grew up watching him, idolizing him, just watching his Dunbar teams and trying to mold what we were trying to do at North Crowley, by his team. Our very first thing was in the most respectful way, is if you want to be the best, you got to be the best in Fort Worth. And there was no being the best basketball team in Fort Worth without going through the Flying Wildcats and Robert Hughes. All the respect in the world.
Coach, you got 828 wins. How much longer do you want to keep this going? Do you have any insight, and how much fun are you having through all this time, 20 years of coaching North Crowley basketball?
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love what this game brings to guys like these young men right here. And these are just the 3 sitting in front of you. We've had so many great storylines this year with Tyler Hastings and everything else. So we're going to take a step back. We're going to just enjoy the moment. We're going to enjoy the moment as a group together, and then we'll just look at things.